Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to another episode of LeBron Insider, where we dive into all things King James. Today, we're talking about LeBron's comments after the LA Lakers playoff exit and what they might mean for his future with the team. You've probably seen the clips by now, LeBron's remarks about Anthony Davis' trade and the lack of a center on the roster have been making waves around the league. And to be honest, it's not all bad. LeBron's frustration is understandable, especially after another disappointing playoff exit. Now, let's break down what really happened here. The Lakers were swept by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round, and for a second year in a row, LeBron had to carry the team on his back. And that's exactly what he did, averaging 25.4 points per game and 9 rebounds. But even with all that, they just couldn't get over the hump. But here's the thing, LeBron can't do it alone. The Lakers roster is riddled with issues, from a lack of depth at center to some suspect defensive play. And when you add in the fact that Anthony Davis was traded without his consent and that he'd been vocal about wanting to play power forward all along, you start to see why LeBron's comments might be coming across as a little snarky. I mean, let's be real, when someone like Luka Doncic comes into town, you don't say no. You don't trade away your best player just because he makes one comment about wanting a center. It sounds like a recipe for disaster, and it's exactly what happened here. Now, some people might say that LeBron's comments were taken out of context, or that they were meant as a joke. But I think that's where we're going to have to disagree. Whether or not he was trying to be funny, the fact remains that his words are being seen as disrespectful to the organization and its fans. And let's not forget about Anthony Davis himself. He's the one who ultimately made the decision to stay in Los Angeles after all that drama, and it's hard to blame him for wanting some peace of mind. But still, when you add LeBron into the mix, especially with all the hype surrounding his impending free agency, things can get complicated. So what does this mean for LeBron James' future with the Lakers? Well, it's clear that General Manager Rob Pelinka is going to be working hard in the offseason to address some of these significant issues. And if that means reevaluating the team's roster and maybe even making some big changes, then so be it. At the end of the day, LeBron's comments might not have been ideal, but they're also a sign of just how much he cares about this team and its fans. He wants to see them succeed, and if that means being honest about what's going on behind the scenes, then I say let him be the voice of reason here. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of LeBron Insider. Until next time, stay sharp, and we'll catch you in the next one.